is here, and we are underway from Cleveland. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. On the ground, here's the rookie from Notre Dame. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. The Steelers at 6-9 to start play. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain at 21 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Again, he'll drop to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Point after here coming up. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. So here come the Browns now for their first drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Slot man moves right. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on a touch pass. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Hands it off out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 59 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This defense for the Steelers, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing is McCarthy. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Throwing again, McCarthy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the Steelers' 3-yard line.
Now receiver in motion left. Here's a tap forward by McCarthy on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. 3rd and goal, McCarthy. Touchdown! Malik Neighbors from 4 yards out. And the Browns respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's got it to about the 40. You look at this Browns defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. 7-7, our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. As they've got it as we resume action. Back to throw now on first down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. To the air with McCarthy. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 24-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. In trouble, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And they'll send the slot in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. The offense on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. And that is incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Here's 3rd and 9.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. It'll be a 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st. Back to throw again. That pass complete to Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Holding offense.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll take this one down near the 15. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Second and 15. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, now how about this return? And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Browns offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Here's McCarthy. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw McCarthy. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now McCarthy. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. They'll throw now on the final play. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
They go with the empty set there, 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll set up to throw. It's complete downfield out left to his running back. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Previous play is under review.
From 13 yards out.
And the Steelers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
To the air with McCarthy. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
McCarthy off the play fake.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Alex Highsmith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Throwing is McCarthy.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And this is caught. He hits more.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking left sideline, and it's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Pat Freiermuth
With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Steelers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
At the 41-yard line.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Operating from the gun. McCarthy. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Pittsburgh.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 4 yards out.
And the Steelers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 38 now, here's second down and 1. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Throwing again, McCarthy.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
So here's a first and 10 now down inside the 20. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
On play action, McCarthy.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
3rd and 9 here. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Malik Neighbors.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Now McCarthy.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure